What's up, YouTube? So today's topic, god damn, the fucking sun's in my eyes. Today's topic, I'm gonna talk about how to adjust, or what the things you need to do when time is speeding up and days are going by a lot faster. So and let's just say you don't have emotional support, or like you're not around like-minded people, or you're not around friends, or you don't have too many friends, or you don't have, you're not around romantic interests, or like you don't have the time or options to date around certain people, maybe because of your location, maybe because of the job you work at, even anything. Now, I feel like we all experience this to a certain extent. I experienced this shit a lot, whether it be the location I'm at, whether it be the resources, whether I have a vehicle or not, the type of job I'm in. All that plays a role. If with me meeting like-minded people and not dating around like that, is because life always finds a way to put me in situations where I'm always isolated from people, and I'm not in a favorable, ideal situation that I want to be in. And I know a lot of people can relate to this, some more than others, but I feel like the reason why I could talk about this because I've experienced this shit a lot. So now the things you need to do. Now, first off, I'm gonna talk about the spiritual aspects of it. Now, I heard theories, I'm not saying I'm right, but I hear theories that, like, supposedly you're being protected by God, so you're always isolated, you're always not around like-minded people or like that. And more than likely, it's probably God or spirit protecting you, maybe because of your spiritual mission, because of your life path, because God knows how envious or how dumb people can be. And if that's the case, then that shows you, like, most people are just dumb, and they're full of shit, and they're fucking losers, you know? So that could be the case. I've also heard that, when you're alone like that, it's because it could be karma, maybe because you've done a lot of, I'm like saying this, but it could be maybe you have to heal a lot of past life karma, either the things you've done in past life, it's where you got to make up for it, and or if you're meant to break generational curses, or if you're like if your spiritual mission involves in helping a lot of people, then unfortunately spirit, life, or God will constantly put you in isolating situations to where you're kind of forced to deal with the collective is going through. So, and you see this play out, usually people who has a heavy influence on people, or these people are very spiritual, or these influential YouTubers, they usually, or like famous people, they usually go through shit more intense, or people with a lot of wisdom and knowledge that can help people. Even, it doesn't matter their subscriber count, it doesn't matter how many views they get, it could be anything, but people who has a lot of like wisdom and knowledge, you observe their lives, and usually they all go through intense, horrible shit, and usually it's what the collective is going through, but they either experience it ahead of the collective, like they're ahead of their time, and or they experience shit that's more intense, you know. So that's one of the things you got to look at when you're experiencing isolation and shit like that. But now, that is spiritual aspects of it based on what I've learned. Now, how to use it to your advantage. You can use it to your advantage by, one, especially with time speeding up. Not too many people, especially YouTubers, they don't talk about time speeding up. The only people who are talking about time speeding up is Chauncey One, Mooney Mercury Baby, and that's all I know I can remember. But that's it. Other than that, no one's talking about that shit as much as they need to. But it is what it is, though. So I guess I'll talk about it. So since the days are going by a lot faster and time is speeding up so fast, life is different. Life is completely different. Everything is gonna be different. Like nothing is the same. And just like what Chauncey One said, shout out to Chauncey One and shout out to Mooney Mercury Baby as well. I'll send the links, because Mooney Mercury, he actually went to full detail talking about time speeding up. Same thing with Chauncey One. So shout out to them too. But they mentioned that since the days are going by a lot faster and time is accelerating, you're gonna have less time to kind of bullshit around and to kind of do things that waste your time. So I like to apply it to my life. So how do I do that? So for example, I really crave to meet like-minded people, and I really love and crave to date around women like that, because I've been single for a long ass time. So I always want to date around, but since I have so much shit I need to do, and I have a lot of life goals, and I'm better myself and shit, I don't have time to kind of like have, I guess not have fun, that's not the word, but I don't have time to like kind of like just party, go out and date around like that. I ain't got time for that. I don't know how people have time to date around like that. I mean, that's them, but me, I ain't got time to do that shit. So, and it sucks, and I really want to experience those things, but and not only that, but it's a waste of time and energy to where I gotta drive just a far ass fucking area and waste so much gas money and take up so much time just to even it's not even guaranteed too. Just to date around, meet like-minded people, it's not a guarantee. You know what I'm saying? Because I gotta actually go out there and meet new people and put myself out there. Unlike some people who have shit handed to them, where they automatically meet like-minded people, or they all automatically meet their life partner. And I seen this shit happen. I seen where like instances where like we're fucking neighbors. They fell for each other. Now they're in a relationship and they're both attracted to each other. I've seen shit like this happen. So this is why when spiritualists say tougher spirits, or the more important your life mission is, you're going to go through more bullshit and you're going to go through more resistance. Because just like what Chauncey once said, because the more resistance you go through, the more bullshit you go through, then once you're able to overcome it, you can be extremely influential and powerful, pretty much. That's why the restrictions and the restrictions and all the resistance so intense. It seems like no matter how many times you try, you can't attract what other people do effortlessly, and they have that shit handed to them, like around like-minded people, dating around partners. You know what I'm saying? Because like you see how they meet them, is like they meet them and it just seems like God or life of the universe kind of orchestrated that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's bullshit. It's fucking stupid. But just like when people say life is unfair. So if life is unfair, I'm gonna use that shit to my advantage. So since that's the case, so if you're watching this, right, if you're like a strong spirit or a powerful spirit, then either you have an important mission, God is protecting you, or you have a lot of karmic to release, and it's not your fault because it's part of your spiritual mission, or spirit wants you to be alone because your mission is very important, and you're not meant to fuck around like most people who their life missions aren't that important, but to fuck around and have kids and shit. But where was I? But so if that's the case, so what you got to do is you have to either write down a list or type down or observe your life and figure out the things you enjoy doing. You have to be consumed on the things, and it doesn't have to be like, you have to make sure, I mean, it's based on opinion, but if you want to do things, either do things to where it either improves your health, it gives you finances, and improves your situation for the future, and you genuinely love what you do. So I'm using my life, for example. I love working out, so I go to the gym, and I love running. I love being outdoors, so I go running outside. That takes up time. I do that in the morning. Then at times I'll kind of go to the shooting range because I love shooting weapons. So like at times, not all the time, but I actually I found a new hobby. So earlier today I went to the shooting range and it was actually pretty fun. It's very expensive though, but it was pretty fun. I'm probably gonna do it every Saturday and that's it. So I'll go to the shooting range, and then I guess I'll make YouTube videos. I'll study for my career. I guess I'll focus on some schoolwork here and there, and I'll focus on barbering and cutting hair. So those are the things I genuinely love doing. It's not out of obligations, not because I don't want to do. No, I actually do love those things, and I love using my free time to learn about new things. Like, I don't know, like how to fix a car, just learn about some types of technology, and just learn about random stuff that I enjoy doing on my free time if I'm not busy. So those are the things I enjoy doing, along with like spiritual practices. Like I can do yoga, breath work, qigong. Shout out to Chauncey one. You know what he does. So I like to add these to my schedule. So these things in general, I'll literally do those things every day. I'll do those things every day. And since time is speeding, the days are going by a lot faster. I ain't got it's hard to explain. Like, it doesn't feel like day by day. It feels like one motion. So with my example, you can apply that to your life. I'm not saying you have to do those things or you're forced to do those things. With my videos, you're only supposed to take what resonates. So if that works for you, then try it. If you're in my situation to where like you can't really meet like-minded people, or like life is blocking you to where no matter how hard you try, no matter what you do, you can't be around like-minded people, or you can't date around like that. You know what I'm saying? That's videos for you. So you have to adjust and change and fill out your routines and your daily goals to do things that you actually enjoy the most. That's going to get you money, health. That's going to get you stronger. That's going to get you more wiser, more intelligent. Do things that's going to help benefit you instead of doing things that's going to waste your time, like drinking, smoking, eating junk food, just shit like that. That's damaging to the human body. Don't do those things. Do things that's going to help improve you. If you're going to be alone, if you're not going to meet like-minded people or date around, or if you're always single, then you might as well use that free time in isolation to better yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of, what helps for me, it may sound weird, but at times and I'm not saying this mindset will work for you, but what the type of mindset that works for me is, I like to pretend that I'm in jail. I like to pretend that I'm in prison, because you know how people in prison and jail, they don't have like free time to do the things they do. because they're stuck in a cell, but they got nothing but to work out and I guess learn things and to eat, right? So I kind of view life as a fucking prison planet. And even people in the spiritual community, they talk about this too. Like they even talk about like they view Earth as a spiritual prison planet because there's so many restrictions and we are enslaved. You know, we got corrupt government, we got the money system, we're forced to work for these 9 to 5 jobs, we're not living, we're surviving. And even they say the human body is a prison for the spirit, is a prison for the soul, right? So me learning about these things spiritually, and no, I'm not saying it's right, but like I said before, don't take what I say, don't use my advice, only take what resonates. But I'm just saying what works for me. So knowing that people from a spiritual perspective, they view, some people view this life as a prison experience. So I like to adopt that, meaning like, okay, so all my expectations, all my desires, I gotta release that, knowing that I'm in the hell realm. I'm in the planet, the fucking human body, to where everything is restricted. So since that's the case, then I can't afford to fuck around and just party and have fun and just have sex all day and just do shit like that. Instead, I'll focus on self-improvement, like the list I mentioned before, like working out, going to the gym, studying, focus on my schoolwork, barbering, and you know what I'm saying, making YouTube videos and learning different ways how to make more money and shit like that, you know, and doing things I like. So that's how kind of I view life. So I hope that makes sense. So I like to do that so I won't live my life expecting shit that I desire, things that I want out of my human body desires. You know what I'm saying? Instead, I like to trick my mind, being like, okay, I'm in a prison planet. I'm in the hell realm. I'm in a body prison in for my spirit. So I might as well use that to my advantage by doing things I actually enjoy doing. That's gonna help benefit me and improve my life. And even other people say that the most successful people are people who are able to attract a lot of abundance because they make the proper sacrifices. Their pain is their pleasure. Self-improving, going to the gym, studying, working hard on your craft, it is fun because if you're doing it and that means you love it, you do get good results, but it's not easy. It's easier said than done. Just like what Chauncey once said, if it was easy, everyone would do it when it comes to being successful and shit like that. But it's not, especially making money. But usually people make a lot of money, this and that. Yes, some of them did have that shit handed to them, and some of them do have easy lives, and they're younger spirits. They're meant to learn about some bullshit spiritual lessons where once they do have finances, they're gonna fuck that up. But I'm more so talking about people who actually earn that shit. But that is the case with some people. But there are other people who actually earn finances, who actually earn financial freedom. They earn that shit. They actually put in the work. Talking about these people, you look at that background, and they all came from fucked up situations, but they're able to come out of it successful. You know, so you kind of got to look at that as your life, you know, and also don't underestimate having gratitude and being thankful. Yes, life is bullshit. Yeah, life is unfair. Life does get annoying. It's absolutely bullshit, especially with time speeding up. But you can always have gratitude, be thankful, because you have other people who don't have as much opportunities as you do. There are people who are living on the streets, who are dirty as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So. And I'm not saying people are victims. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying people who've done that shit by choice. You know what I'm saying? But you just have other people who are they don't even have arms or legs, or they don't have like a body on them. But you have arms and legs, and you can see, you can hear, and shit like that. You know, your brain is functioning properly. You're healthy. You can walk. You can run. So be thankful for that. Write down a list of the things you're grateful for. You know what I'm saying? Be thankful that you're not in jail or in prison. Be thankful you're not in a wheelchair. You know what I'm saying? Just stuff like that. So when you're constantly always isolated, and trust me, and also know that you're not alone. So there's emotional support. You're not going through this alone. There are people who are experiencing what you're experiencing. And no, I'm not saying, oh, you're not alone, so you should fight. You just go through it. No. I understand how hard it is. I understand how challenging it is. It is going to affect you at times. It is okay to grieve. And keep on, it is normal to feel mad. It is normal to feel bitter. It is normal to feel jaded by life, by God, by spirit, because I feel that all the time. It is normal. All these emotions are normal, especially if you're constantly around narcissistic jackasses that you have no control over. You know, I've experienced that a lot, but you know what I'm saying? So don't let life kind of tear you down. Like I said, there's always a spiritual meaning. Everything happens for a reason. So if you're constantly receiving bullshit from life or from people, that means that you have an important spiritual mission, and you're a powerful, strong spirit who has a lot of influence, and you are gonna experience great things. You're just gonna have to go through certain experiences that for some reason life or God likes to throw at you, so you can learn from these situations, so you can kind of observe people and navigate life in a different way. You know what I'm saying? So, just use that to your advantage. Always alone, always isolated. Just focus on the things that's gonna help improve you. Always, and that's one of the benefits about being isolated and being alone. You're gonna know more about yourself. You're gonna force to like again. You're gonna know more about yourself. You're gonna do a lot of soul searching. You're gonna know what you like, what you don't like, and stuff like that. Once you have that down, and I'm not saying you have to be fully correct, because as life goes on, we always have different interests. Our interests change. Our desires change and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that you have to be perfect or no, but at least have an idea of what you like and just focus on those things, especially when it comes to self-improvement. We always have to focus on your health, your finances, and self-development, pretty much. Make sure you fill those things up, especially with time speeding up, because this days and the time is going by a lot faster. Just like what Mooney Mercury Baby said in Chauncey on that, it's going to force you to not fuck around, to not bullshit on the things you usually, or the things you actually do want to do when it comes to fucking around and messing around. The time is speeding up. It's going to force you to get your priorities straight, pretty much. So use that. So since that's the case, might as well use that to your advantage and be the best version of yourself while doing that. I know it's easier said than done. It's a lot easier said than done. It's just not easy. If it was easy, a lot of people would do it. But just know that you're not alone, and just know that you have an important spiritual mission, and just know that just the fact that you're put into this situation, it means you are capable of overcoming it, and that's a fucking guarantee. And good luck to you, and I hope this video helps, and have a good one. Peace.